who think they just feel hungry and tired. Those are the two emotions that they think they feel. And those are not emotions. What are they? They are physical beings. When you ask a woman, what does she feel? She'll tell you, I'm so sad. I'm frustrated. They will tell you, I'm disappointed. They can name all their emotions. But I've often said, women don't know how to strategically use their emotions. Is it making sense? We don't know how to get into the organization and make sure that our emotions are working for us instead of against us. The majority of us, we're using our emotions to work against ourselves. That's why there's an increase in depression, increase in anxiety and panic attacks. I always say, we're lucky, we do madness differently. If you go into the street, you see a lot of mad men on the road. Have you seen the increase of mad men on the road? There is, right? But we just do it differently. You don't get that. People are promoted on merit. People are promoted on what? Merit. So you did your role as an accountant very well. Now let's make you a finance manager. Is it making sense? Now the skills and the abilities and the attributes that are required for a financial manager are totally different from the attributes of an accountant. Do you agree with me? Because now there's people involved. Now there's what? People involved. So most of us are just taken up, but we're not actually prepared for leadership. How many of you were just promoted? There was no... A 2-day course on leadership is not preparation for leadership. Do you agree with me? Take you out on a 2-day for leadership, 2-day program and say, oh, there you are. Now you're a leader. It's not preparation for leadership. You're not ready for it. Okay? So most people get promoted, but they have not actually been prepared for what? For leadership. So that's why we end up having people issues. Do you know that South Africa is 137 over 137 of the worst country? I mean, it is the last and worst country in terms of manager-employee relationship. Wow. We are 137 over 137. So we do it badly. It's painful, isn't it? We are the worst. Why? We promote people and we don't prepare them. We send people for a 2-day leadership program and we think that's okay. Okay? I was talking to one organization that I'm working with closely and I said, you cannot tell me that in the HR department there's an increased state of mental illnesses and depression and the supervisor of those people is not aware. Because this is part of your performance matrix, isn't it? What are you doing? Because there could be some stimulus in the team. Do you agree with me? So we can't look at, oh, here are the symptoms, but what is the stimulus? What is actually contributing to that? The two things that stress people a lot is the boss and money. Okay? Now, look at how fun it is. You need money, so you have to show up for work. Right? So you have to do it, boss. And then you get paid, and it's not enough, and then you must go again and show, and face your boss. Okay? How traumatizing is that as human beings? But we need to understand how do we develop our leaders? What are the principles of developing leaders? There are two principles for leadership development. For leadership to be effective, it must be complete, integrated, and total leadership development process. So when people are promoted, we hope that they will act strategically. Right? So we're saying now you should be strategic. But you can't be strategic if you have not had a total leadership development process, which looks at how effective are you as a leader? Okay? How well do you lead yourself? And only when you can lead yourself, you can motivate other people without saying anything. Because you've become a role model. Does it make sense? When people can see in you that which you're asking of them, it's easier to teach them or motivate them. But if you're trying to tell people what you don't practice, that which is not in you. So people say, yeah, time is very important, but they're the first ones to work against their own words. Does it make sense? You want other people to be on time, but as a leader, you are the first one to break the very word you're talking about. You want people to adhere to timelines and deadlines, but as a leader, you are the first one to break that. Does it make sense? So we cannot lead others until we have worked a lot on ourselves, that we become a role model of that which we are spearheading. Does it make sense? Okay? And in terms of leadership, also being innovative, we know that for you to be innovative, you can't rely on your own piece of genius. You need to have a collaborative, you need to collaborate the pieces of genius in your team. Does it make sense? So if you made sure that the piece of genius in your team, all of them are represented and they're collaborative, we begin to create those results that we desire. But how many of you have been in a team where your ideas are not needed? Just your body. Do you agree? Just bring your body, do what I tell you. Your ideas are not very relevant. How many of you have stifled other people's ideas? Okay? How many of you have stolen other people's ideas? How many of you have taken credit for other people's what? Ideas. Leaders make people shine. Leadership is about influence. Leadership is about allowing people to be the best version of themselves. Does it make sense? Imagine if you're a parent, you've got these children in your house. You want all of them to shine. Do you want the one to be better than the other? You do get mothers who are like that. We feel sorry for them. Okay? You do get mothers who choose their children. We do get that, isn't it? But you know, when you are a leader as a woman, the same way you would want the best for all your children is the best, you want also the best of all your team members. Does it make sense? So remember, we said as women, we already know how to do this. We are relationship builders. We are nurturers. If we've got children, we know how to support all our children to become better. If you've got a team, what do you need to do as a leader? You need to support all your team members to become the best version of themselves. You can always get a problem child. How many of you have got a problem child? But we never give up on them, do we? You can't give up on your problem child, do you? But how easy is it to give up on them when it is at work? How easy is it to label them? How easy is it to send them to HR? Okay? How easy is it to set them up to get them out? We do that, isn't it? That is not leadership. Okay? That is not leadership, because leadership is influence, leadership is supportive. For organizations to succeed, okay, in the 21st century, we have to develop leaders on every part of the organization.